Hi, I'm Jeff Dixon. Welcome to the Dixon on Disney Archives. Here we are again in my office, and we are looking at stuff that has somehow wandered in here and become part of the collection that I have that is so Disney related, and stuff that I like, that has become part of a very eclectic collection of stuff, but all that has meaning to me. And so I'm sharing it with you so you can see it and maybe discover a word of encouragement about it. Today I want to show you something up on this shelf here, and we've been to these shelves, we've been all over the office before, but I want to show you something that is one of, for me as a collector, something that came in very early in my collection as a gift. And it is a watch. I spotted it the first time when I was staying in a Disney resort. It was on sale in one of the gift shops where they actually had some of the higher end watches, if you will. And so this is a watch that comes with a display case. I'll show you what it looks like here. The watch features the face of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. Obviously, it's a younger Walt Disney, his creation, Mickey Mouse. The display case was one of the things I noticed first about it, because it's got a Mickey Mouse, obviously, on it that holds the watch. And in the backdrop is a picture of Walt Disney and some miniature pictures that look like mini cells, but they're just pictures, recreations, of some of his classic early work. It features his signature at the bottom, Walt Disney, but the title, the make of the watch, is called The Dream Lives On. And so not only do you get a watch, but then you get this designer case with the Mickey Mouse holder for display and things like that. If you go back and you start looking for these things online, or you try to go into the collectible files, the Disneyana kind of stuff, to see what's available, you'll discover that this watch is a collector's edition, obviously. There were 2,000 of them made originally. And so as the years have gone by, the value of the watch is, slowly, steadily, like anything else, creeps up. But for me, what was so intriguing about it was, as much as the watch, which I've never worn, I've always just used to display, but the display case itself, because it is that reminder that a man began back years and years ago doing something and trying to do something that no one else had done. He brought sound to cartoons. He moved in technology where he tried to add animated creations to real live action figures and made a series of movies on that. He was the king of sight gags. He was all about storytelling. But beyond that, Walt Disney was that guy that was always thinking ahead and striving to be an innovator. Most of us remember that Walt Disney as he got later in his life, which was going to be cut very short. But we remember the innovation. We remember the breakthroughs, how he needed a camera that would give depth to animation. And so they designed a multiplane camera. His team did. First full-length motion picture, animated. Snow White, Seven Dwarfs. Classic after classic that we remember to this day, where he was willing to push the envelope and see how far he could take things. Eventually it evolved into what we know today as Disneyland, where he took what he had put in animated features and movie, and he decided to put people in that movie environment and to tell stories with a themed resort where people could step inside his world and experience the things very much controlled, as he wanted to control them, that would isolate you from the outside world for just a brief period of time, to find a place to refresh yourself, be distracted, escape, and experience a life that you just didn't have outside of those doors. That was his dream. Ultimately, we know that he dreamed of Epcot and a community of tomorrow. He was never slowing down. Even right up until his death in the hospital, he was working on his plans for Epcot. The dreams of Walt Disney are dreams that continue to live on and impact the lives of others. An innovator. To me, this is that reminder of how that dream started with just a mouse, as he would say, but how it's so much bigger than that. Because it has become a media empire. But not just that, it really has become a part of the lives of many, many families throughout the world that have found a way to connect through some of the things that he's created, some of the things that he has done through the years that have impacted and rippled into other areas of their life. He continues to have a name brand by just his name alone that is recognized all over the world. It began with a dream. And so you ask yourself, well, what was Walt's dream? Well, you can break it down a lot of ways, and history will say a lot of things about it. But Walt Disney was never satisfied with what he did yesterday. He was always looking forward to what was coming next and what he would do tomorrow. I hope that all of your yesterdays have been great. But I also hope that your tomorrows are just as exciting and you're looking forward to them. If you don't, you'll always live in the past. The lessons that Walt Disney taught us is that we need to always be moving toward the future. A foot in the past, springing off that into the future. The dream lives on. That was his dream. And so in some ways, this is what kind of reminds me of that, and where, for me, that inspiration keeps coming back around. Am I doing something new today that excites me and gives me a reason to get up in the morning and to go to work and to try to do things and push myself just a little bit further? Because once I stop that, then I start living in the past. And the past is fun, but it's not as exciting as the future. And so I hope in you the dream lives on. And this is something that just reminds me of that when I see it in the office. Look forward to joining you again on another edition of the Dixon on Disney Archives. And I'll meet you here then.